they preach in this church, nothing will be important to you more than your fellow human being. If you see somebody struggling, if you have means to help, do you always do? If somebody is in need of $100, either to do something very urgent, maybe he wants to take his paper to immigration, I call you, oh, Mr. So, can you borrow me $100? Why don't you call me yesterday? We met in the church yesterday. I just wired the money to Nigeria today. He's lying. And he didn't give you that money. Guess what he's going to do when you hang up the phone? He'll pick a phone. Don't you see your friend? He just called this place. He's asking for $100. This phone business can destroy people in America. You don't borrow him. Why are you patronizing him everywhere? Why are you destroying him? And you say you are a Christian. So God will teach us how to live. Amen. In John 13, 34, 35, is a new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, all men will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. The same John 3:16 said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. In this lesson, we learn how mercy triumphs judgment. In the Old Testament, the wicked Queen Jezebel hired false witnesses to accuse Nabal and execute him. Then she seized his property just because the husband wanted it for a vegetable garden. Because of this, God pronounced severe judgment on Ahab and Jezebel. You can see this one in King 1, 21 to 24. The two stipulated that Israel appoint those who judge the people righteously. Bribery was condemned during that time. Exhortation. In the New Testament, Paul exhorts masters, grant to your slaves justice and fairness, knowing that you too have a master in heaven. In my conclusion on this, let's apply this by showing love to every person, and particularly to none. When our Lord returns, we will hear him say in Matthew 25, 34 to 40. Can you read that one for me, ma'am? Matthew 25, 34 to 40. I have it here. You want me to read it? 34? Matthew 25, 34 to 40.
Then the king will say to those on the right, come who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance. The kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I am hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, you looked after me. I was in prison, you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and we feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you stranger and we invite in, or needy clothes and we clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison, do we go to visit you? Then the king will reply, I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of this brother of mine, you did it for me. Then the king said to those on the left, depart from me, you are cursed into the eternal fire, prepared for those the devil and Satan.
Thank you, sir. The final word on this is what our king said. He said, truly I say to you, to the extent that you did it to one of these brothers of mine, even the least of them, you did it to me. Anything you do to any of your friends, church members, to help them, you're not doing it to yourself, you're doing it to God, as the Father said. And if you truly believe that you are the Son of Jesus, that you love this church, we used to We used to have examples. Some people who come from their house or after service, you see them cleaning the toilet, vacuuming the church. Some people bring their lawnmower in the morning to cut the grass around this place. And you just come, you sit down. When the service at the end of the service, you pack your stuff and you leave. You think we're going to receive the same equal grace? I'm not cursing anybody. It's not. And sometimes we say we are a Christian, but we do it with pretense. You had your child in this church. The child was named in this church. All the elders came. The Woolies came. Everybody came. Now the boy is growing up. The time to serve the church. The boy moved away. Where are your children? You elders of this church. Your children doesn't come to this church. It is when Olucho is doing any work, either blessing work. If they ask us to take one orange, you take 3, you hide it. Yes. Come here, come and do the prayer. You start seeing strange faces here. They come here. That is the time when your children showed up. And when people ask you, oh, they're above 18, you can't control them. Are you their father? I always use somebody that I learned a lot from him. It's my mentor in this church, Wole Victor. He told me something one day. He said, every time that I'm going to send Western Union to my dad, I make sure I get 1 or 2 of my children to go with me. He said, when I'm sending it, I will tell them, you see me as I'm sending it to my dad now. When I'm old, I'm expecting the same thing from you. This is what is lacking in American system. Americans will send their children to school. They start saving money the day the child was born. When the child is going to college, they give him in form of a credit card. It could be 50,000 there to be spending. When the child graduates from college, he leaves Mass, he moves to Florida. He will never see the mother again. Until the mother dies in nursing home. The nursing home will have to buy his ticket before he can come to the mother's funeral. The only day, we send flower to the mother. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. You want to see your sibling, he doesn't come to your house. You meet at Dunkin' Donut. He buys his own coffee, you buy your own coffee. And you part. Before Nigeria destroyed, they came to Nigeria, they started doing researches on extended family system. They love it. That is why you see these people, they don't care to have children anymore. In the next 5 to 10 years, the Mexican will be controlling the election in this country. Hardly will you see the real white people having children. They can have one because they are not benefiting from it. But we Nigerians, our dad will take care of us. That is those of you that are lucky. People like me, I wasn't lucky. So our dad will take care of us. When they are growing, we started sending money to them, taking care of them, reciprocating. That's the way it should be. But in those days when your dad talks, you can't look at his face. When my senior brother, Akin is there, when my senior brother buys a new car, he brings it home for my dad to pray on it. When my dad pray on it, he said, I will use it for a while. He will give him the old one to take. My brother will never look at his face. He will go back to his base with the old one. My dad will be enjoying the new one around. You do it now, the child will ask you, what the hell are you talking, Dad? Did you know where I got the mortgage, the loan to buy the car? These days we can't talk to our children. We worship them. Are you not the mother of your child? When your child, you said, let's go to church. He said, I'm not going to that church because they don't wear shoe. And when you born him, with all the grace, with all the blessing you got for him in this church, it is not by your own making. It is not because you know how to raise him or her. God of Celestia help you. And it's up now. This church is not good for him. You want to wear suit and go to another church. And when they are doing massive job or blessing job, you call, they're doing it, Olusha will do it in the next 1 hour. You give him orange. You give him blessing, stand down there. After that, gone. Those are the people that are supposed to be helping this church. I was talking to my leader about 3 weeks ago. He had a concern. Olivito had a concern. He said, we are growing old. Either you like it or not. In the next 10 years, me and you, we cannot pay our tithe anymore. We'll be retired. So where are the suckers that will grow when the old banana leaves falls? Who are the people we're going to leave this church for? I cannot be collecting my retirement to ask me to be paying tithe in it. I paid it for 30 years. I am not praying that I may only get one more. I will enjoy from my children, but God will not let me scratch my head before I start eating from them. Amen. I came into this country, I only stayed for 2 months before I got the job I'm doing. 24 years. If I collect my retirement, if I cut my cloth according to my size, I should be able to live an average life. If I can't live it here, I will go to Nigeria, I'll bend my head down, somebody will drive me around. Once in a year, I come and do my physical year, I go back. If I greet them, I won't go to anybody to live with. I will have my retirement home. If they like, they can call me, Daddy, come and spend 1 day with them, I will go. But if the husband said, I was giving them money yesterday, I told them, you buy book 460 now, this is my check for this week. Remember, don't tell me your husband doesn't say, don't tell me you put money together in the same account. You have to take care of me. I'm learning from my boss. And I'm re-emphasizing it to them. Why is it so difficult for you to talk to your son? Why is it so difficult for you to talk to your daughter? Why is this place smelling now? You can't bring them here. But you can still bring them to come and get the grace when Olusha is doing it. Very soon we're going to be having a law. Some people turn this place into a court. Olusha will not be doing it anymore. We're going to enforce the law with the parochial. Some people will sneak in, they will look around in the night. Hallelujah, sir, they come. Olusha will be doing the grace for them. Something that members of this church will be enjoying, they're taking it away. And they want to talk about this church outside, they destroy it. This is not what Pabino or Shofa envisaged when he established this church. That he made it very easy for people with grace to establish church where people can worship. But some of the greedy ones, they jump on it. They come back, either they stay here in the 70s, they come back now, they can't walk, and they come, they stay, hallelujah, or they stay in the church. It is those people that will tell you, they saw Alara, where Alara was Mose. I never see where somebody died, you see him. And by the time you know it, they start doing some work for you on Wednesdays here. By the time you know it, they start meeting in their basement. They don't know this church is unique. This is not the church you start in anybody's basement. You are bringing problem to that house. Don't allow your basement to be used for any church, please. Celestial church cannot be done, cannot start in any basement. And before you know it, they divide the church. Nigerians are difficult people. This church was full before, buoyant. If we have this church the way it was before, we will have established something that will be generating money for us to pay for this church. When Catholic Church faced sexual harassment, they sold the land beside, what is the name of this college in Boston? They sold that land for 200 million. That's what they used to settle their sexual harassment charges, because they had the property there. Where Olivito did his birthday is owned by the Armenians. If we have something like that that generates money, all of us can come to church. We won't be asking people to contribute. But they say it's very easy when we have the number. Once we are 40, somebody will come and break the church away. 4 years ago, they started this thing. And it's 4 years now. I pray they don't start any problem in the church again. Amen. And if the church can grow, if we can put ourselves together and forget about these people looking for their retirement through church. I don't know if God doesn't call you, you say God call you, it's a curse on you. God never called me because I can't see vision, I can't see anything. I'm an ordinary man. The man that was given the grace, let him do the job. Assist him when and where necessary. Let him do the job. Don't be looking for, say, oh, if I can start my own church, if 20 people come here, if I can get that from them, that will be generating 1,000. You never see my writing check. We don't allow him. It is the duty of the parochial. There are some shepherds that put the check in their pocket. They write the check. So God will bless us in this church. Yes. My message to you today is you mothers, you have power over your children. Go and bring your children back to this church. Tell them the importance of this church. I'm sorry, I'm going to mention the name of somebody here today. I'm not supposed to mention it. Forgive me, ma. Tosi Alade, God will bless you. Amen. Whatever you are doing, God will bless you. Amen. He will shower His blessing on you. Amen. As you have listened to your parents, your children will listen to you. Amen. I know this young girl. She was going to a church in Worcester. But the father is a shepherd in Nigeria. Father called her on the phone, say, go and look for Celestia. You are the son, you are the daughter of a shepherd. Go to Celestia, that's where you were brought up. She hearkened to the father's call. And she started coming to this church. And she has found joy and glory. She did not only do that. Through me, she bought a brand new car for the father. That is how a daughter should behave. But some people get here, they don't know, they don't remember where they come from. So sometimes you don't have to be big or do this. It's what you carry along with you. Let us train our children the traditional way. Don't let us say, oh, because they are in America, we can't talk to them. I brought them into this world. If I told they are governor, doctors, if I talk to them, they don't listen to me, I let them live. America is so big. There are things I will never accept from my children. There are things I will never accept from them. One of them is very good, passionate about this church. The other two, I keep telling them, if you are under my roof, you will come to this church. And God will give it to me. Amen. Let us protect this church. Let us guide this church jealously. And let us believe there is God in this church. There is no God anywhere. Pray, believe in your prayer, fast. Everything will materialize. So sometimes you can have a shaky mind. And God has his own people that he can send to you. To end my prayer today, there was a time I had a shaky mind. I was standing by the door there. Alagwa Sunday was never a prophet before. But through me, God opened his eyes. The thing was brief. He told me, he said, you are thinking about something. The God of Celestia said, give him 6 months. If he doesn't do it in your life, don't worship him again.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Aberu Shaju Oluwa.
Don't finish.